Andy says we need to talk about Saints and Wire. Come on, there's a game on here.
Yes.
It's difficult to talk about games when they haven't happened.
No, it's not. It's not. St Helens against Warrington. I cannot wait for this. I have got to be honest. I'm going to be going for Warrington in the predictions. They just... St Helens quietly going about the business. Had a bit of a kick in the guts at the weekend.
Did they?
Warrington flying.
Did they? Saints playing at the moment quite a few youngsters. They're getting fantastic experience.
Yeah.
Defended pretty much manfully in really poor conditions. I don't think that defeat will do them any harm.
I'm not saying it does them any harm. I just think it was a bit of a... It will dent their confidence.
No, I don't think so.
I think Warrington should be the warm favourites for this. I really do. I think Warrington
they'll be going off level.
Well, we'll see. We're going to do the predictions in a minute, but what are you looking forward to in that game?
I'm looking forward to the battle of the front rows. Hill at Clark and Cooper against Thompson, Walmsley and Roby. That is just worth missing me along. I'm so much looking forward to that because obviously Cooper's been left out the England side, you know, so from there, and not that he's got a point to prove, but he'll get ripped. He's playing plenty of minutes. I would imagine Chris Hill might have a word with Coach Price and say, Steve, just keep me a little bit longer, you know, I just want to keep going with the right example. So, but yeah, there's quality all over the place, isn't there? And all right, yeah, Saints, yeah, they got beat by Catalans, but I think you've got to give credit to Catalans. I thought Catalans' defence was absolutely immense. You know, Saints had enough opportunities as fellas on the Catalan defence, certainly the goal line, the scrambler defence were brilliant. So, but yeah, there's quality all around the field. Everybody seems to be in good form. Is Theo Fard's coming back? Is he not back? Is he not?
No, not this week.
Well, certainly that makes me mind up. It makes me mind up because I saw Danny Richardson play at the weekend and Danny's gone so backwards, it's untrue. Seen him play at Lee two or three times this year, and he's got to change his philosophy where he just stands and waits for the last tackle and just looks to kick the ball. He's got to inject himself a lot more often than what he's doing. And yeah, last season he was doing that. He seemed to get the respect, but he's gone backwards for mine. And well, if Theo Fires doesn't play, then it's Warrington certainly for me.
Exactly.
Certainly for me.
Warrington are getting 4-star. 4-star Saints.
I know this goes wrong every single week.
Well, if we're doing the predictions now, then certainly if Richardson's playing instead of Farge, tell you what, I'm going Warrington by 10.
Phil?
I think Saints have got a couple of big men coming back who they didn't take to France. I think Richardson will benefit from playing in that game because he hasn't been playing at Super League yet this season, but that experience will do him really good.
He's been playing awfully, I'm telling you.
Well, I think coming back and having a game under his belt before he has to play Warrington will be...
He was a man for the big occasion, wasn't he?
Yeah,
up until the last 2 months of the season.
And I think, again, when you come
he
back...
was. Did he kick the winning penalty after the hooter against Warrington?
When he came to the big occasion, Mark, he failed.
No, but when
the last 8 games.
He didn't in the opening few months of the season.
Yeah, the opening 4, he was outstanding up to around 23.
They might get
up to around 23.
When you come back into a team, I think the first thing is you're going to be conservative, but having played that game, I think I'm going to go for Saints. Saints at home. I love the way they've played this year. I don't think a defeat will do them any harm at all. I think it'll refocus them and put them back on track. I'm going Saints by 6.
You said 10 square, didn't you?
Yeah, Warrington by 10.
I don't think as Phil says, I don't think the defeat means anything at the weekend, does it? Because teams are always going to lose. These runs do not go on forever.
And it didn't derail Warrington losing in Catalans.
No. But as I said a couple of weeks ago, I've seen Warrington and Saints both at Bellevue. Warrington in that 20 minutes were as good as I've seen a team play, and then they matched that the week after by playing for 80 minutes against Hull. It's interesting having had that game against London last week where they could perhaps ease off a little bit. Saints have had to go full pelt last week, but they've got these numbers missing. You're concerned about Danny Richardson, aren't you? Because you don't want another young British halfback to be on the scrap heap so early, especially someone who's in the dream team last year. I've got to go for Warrington, and I've got to go for Warrington by 8.
Saints at home, different proposition. Look, I'm with you, Phil. You don't read it. A lot of teams will go to Catalan and lose, and it won't be a defining moment in their season.
I think it's a defining moment in Catalan season, or it should be.
I just look at St Helens, and I haven't seen a lot of their games, but the ones I have seen seem to be just job done. You know, this is a St Helens team that nearly lost to Leeds They nearly lost to Leeds. Just put that into perspective for me. They nearly lost to Leeds. I think at this point in time...
Best defence in the competition.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Can't argue with that. By 19 points. And Warrington have got the best attack by 49 points.
But I think defence will win it.
I don't know. I think it could. I'm expecting it to be quite open. I think there'll be a war up front early. I just think, and it's not Blake Austin, it's not Darryl Clark, it's not Ratchford, it's not Declan Patton, it's not Mike Coote, it's all of them. They're all there. If you're going to say anything, they've gone too early, Warrington. They're playing too well at this point. They don't need to be playing this well at this point in the season. But like Castleford, they generally beat whoever will put in front of them. I think Warrington will win. I think this is a huge game for Warrington. They're building themselves up. We're the big misters here. Look at us. We get big crowds. We're doing this. We're doing that. We're better than all of you lot. And I like that. That's an arrogance that they're backing up because the results are backing it, the crowds are backing it, and the signings are backing it. They are the biggest team in Super League right now, in my opinion. Warrington Wolves by a mile. I think they'll go to St Helens. I think they'll win. I think we'll see a drop goal somewhere. I think Warrington will win by 13.
Because another Warrington player I was going to say then, and for me, is they're quite achieved at this moment in time. Is he not that Clark in the forwards?
Jason Clark.
Oh boy, he's just going under the radar. And what a job he's doing in that forward.
I just think at this moment, and
St
Helens might turn it on. I think, if I'm being honest, Saints need to step it up a level this week, and we'll see if they can. And they've got a big game against Wigan to come next week as well. So this is a big period for Saints. Not saying they can't win. I think at this moment, Warrington are the better team. Right, Huddersfield Cass Thursday night. Scully.
Well, Huddersfield, it's showing a bit of form. Was it a surprise loss to Wakefield? Well, I said Huddersfield by force, we initially from there, but I just feel as though Cass, even though they've got a couple of injuries and Max Shane up there, I think they're going all right, and they seem to like to play Huddersfield as well, Cass. The last few years that they've done okay there, so Huddersfield, they'll need to bounce back. Easter coming up, but I just feel as though Cass, a few big players out, but I think they'll do enough, and I think Cass will win. I'll win Cass by 8.
I think Cass as well, on the basis of the fact that you couldn't be anything other than impressed with the character they showed in the second half last week. That it doesn't really seem to matter how many troops are out. I think they've got that belief and resilience. A couple of times, Darryl Powell's been upset with their attitude, but I just can't see at the moment Huddersfield stringing together enough consistency. We don't know what we're going to get from one week to the next.
And I don't think they know what they're going to get either.
So I'm going to go with Cass by 6.
Yeah. Rich?
Well, I'm going to upset the cowbell army. You're going for Cass as well. When you come back from that kind of deficit, that's something kind of performs, isn't it? Even with those key players out. Huddersfield just can't work them out. They look good in parts on Friday against Wakefield, but couldn't get the job killed off. So I'm going to go for Cass. They are minus 4-point favourites on the handicap, Cass, and I'm going to go for more than that. I'm going to agree with Scully and go for 8 as well.
Okay.
I think Huddersfield have got some players coming back in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, they have.
We haven't seen the 19's name.
No, this is the peril of doing it on a Monday. People,
well,
quite often by the end of the week, I change my mind as well. I do. I said, okay, on Thursday.
They get those players back for the busy Easter period.
Yeah, they do. As horrible as the loss was at Leeds, the win this week is the other way, isn't it? Because they were 20-0 down or whatever it was, and they've won by 10 points in the end. And I think that's one in the dressing room that says, we're still here. We're still here. They're 2 points off top. They've got a busy, they've got Wakey coming up next week, Cass. I think season defining, it's not, but it could be a huge couple of weeks for Cass. They could almost cement themselves in the top 4 or 5 if they can get a couple of wins over this Easter period. I do think they'll win. I think it'd be quite tight. I think there's an honesty coming back about Huddersfield. They're having a dig again, whereas they got blown away a couple of times. But they beat Hull KR, they beat an out of sorts Wigan. It's not mind-blowing form, is it? And I think Cass just have too much. But I think it'd be tight. I'm going to go Cass by 4. Yeah. Right, okay. Wakefield Wigan is the Friday game at Bellevue.
Which shouldn't be on at the same time as St Helens.
Well, it shouldn't really. And I ain't being rude. I bet half the Wakey Wigan fans will want to watch it.
Possibly, yeah.
Well,
But I think Wakefield, they've always, for the last couple of years, they've done pretty well, even though at times it might have been end of season games and Wigan finished 6th, and then they absolutely hammered them, didn't they? 70 odd points there at Wakefield. So Wakefield like to play Wigan, and the way that Wigan literally capitulated last week in the second half against Cass, I think that'll still be in the memory bank, to be honest with you. Wakefield don't play on that. I think if Wakefield get ripped in, they have a dig in the first 40 minutes, I think they could end this game, like if Wigan fought they did against Castleford. You know, I'm going for Wakefield. I'm going for Wakefield to beat Wigan quite easily. I'm going Wakefield. Wakefield fans, don't be coming in, don't be going ballistic, what I'm going to say here. But I'm going Wakefield, and I'm going Wakefield by 16.
Yeah, I can't see Wigan recovering from the second half performance at Cass. I think that was a real blow. I know Adrian Lamb again pointed out that there are a lot of youngsters in there, and it'll stand them in good stead, but I don't think it will this week. I think Wakefield will have the confidence of not playing as well as they can, but coming up with a victory against Huddersfield. I think even if Sean O'Loughlin's fit, I'm not sure that that's enough. I think Wigan will really miss the physical presence of Gabe Hamlin. Whatever the right reasons why he's not going to be there, that is another blow. That's a big body that they're not going to have access to. I can see Wakefield starting this at real speed, getting a lead that they're not going to let go, and I think Wakefield will win by at least 12.
Big Dave bashing people in his pink shorts. Wigan are the -2 point favourites with the bookmakers, which
are
is
they?
Yeah, which is not a. I think, as we said many times, Wakefield seems to play better when they're not the favourites, and I don't know whether they'll see themselves as favourites for this one or not. Yeah, got to go for a Wakefield win. As Scray mentioned, what's that, 60 points to the year, 50 as well. We're not going to go for that now. I think it'll be an odd number. We've seen a lot of drop goals before half time as well to screw up these predictions. So I'm going to go for Wakefield by 11. I don't know why 11 doesn't make much sense, but I've gone by 11.
It's going to be interesting, isn't it? Obviously, Gildart is flying at the minute, isn't he? Wakey have lost Bill Tupu and Tom Johnson, as we know, long term. That's a blow, but I think the forward pattern, we saw it. They were awful for 20 minutes against Warrington for an hour. They outplayed the Warrington pattern. You know, they would look like they were going to win the game. And if Danny Brufford had taken a little bit more care with that next to last kick, they may well have won that game. They've got points in them, Wakefield. We know that. I think there's a bit of a swagger coming about Wakefield. And look at the table. If they beat Wigan, they're 6 points clear after 10 games of Wigan. This is one that they'll be saying, we win here, lads. And when we're putting our foot on their fingers are hanging on the edge, we're putting our foot on our fingers. And with you, when they're expected to win, they don't win. Is this a coming out performance, if you like, of Wakefield saying,
putting a market out?
This is when's Tom Johnson going to go sign for a big club? This is when Wakefield turn up and go, you know what, we are a big club and we're going to beat you. We're going to batter you. And I think they might just do that. I know Lachlan and Farr will probably come back this week, but the days of going to Waking Cass and getting cheap wins have gone, and they didn't get one at Cass, who had half a team out. I don't think they get one this week. I think they're going to get beaten. I'm going Wakefield by 25.
I did enjoy someone saying on Twitter after the Leeds game on Thursday, hooking out, when's Bill Arthur going to ask Conrad Hurrell when he's going to sign for a big side?
Yeah, last one, Catalans Hull then, the Saturday night game on the telly.
Jeez. Well, you're two sides here when you talk about consistency. Where is it? Where is the consistency? Catalans, you know, they can beat Saints, they can beat Warrington, and they get hammered by Salford and get hammered by Wigan, and then Hull. You know, the performance from there, Gareth Ellis is back from there. It's not been a bad ground for the Black and Whites to go there over the last couple of years, has it? They've done okay, but again, the consistency with both sides. I don't think it'll be a pretty game to watch, if I'm honest with you, and I don't think there'll be much in it. But you know what? I think it's going to be 7. It's going to be 7. Mr. Steve's going to get a drop goal, so I'm going to Black and Whites by 7 this weekend.
I have no idea. There is absolutely no form line.
Well, we know that. What about the prediction?
There is no form line in this game. I mean, Catalan are as likely to lose by 40 as they are to win. Hull are as likely to carry on the great result they got at Salford, and that was a great. You couldn't see that coming the way they played the week before. I don't know. I think you say it's a defining week for Wakefield. I think it is for Catalan as well, because for all of that they can concede a lot of points and jag wins against teams they shouldn't. They've beaten the top 2 teams who've looked invincible. They are joint third.
Mm.
I don't think they'll let go what they did last week. I think it's great for them in particular that they're at home again on consecutive weeks. We're not talking about, oh, well, then they go on the road and they're a totally different team. I think Catalan will win this. I think they'll probably win it by 12.
Catalans by... I'll go for 8 again.
I'm going to go the other way to score. I think it'd be Guijo drops the goal. I think Catalan will win. I think they'll build on that win last week. I think what we said about Hull, the wins they've got have come against the poorer teams, and I think even as poor as Catalan have been at times, they are the only two that have been Warrington and Saints. They are a good team. I think this is a tough game for Hull, and do they have one eye on the derby? If you ask Lee Radford, you can win one. Which is he winning? It's the one on the following game, isn't it? I think Catalan will win by 7.
Another 7.
7. Right, that's it. We've overrun. We need to get a clock. Where's the clock gone?
It was stolen by some of the people.
We've had a clock stolen. It's like that scoreboard at Wakefield.
We're just having too much
It's been
fun.
stolen. All right. Okay. Repossessed it. Right, that's it. We've done. Don't forget, you can win tickets for the whole derby. Go throw stuff at the Legend. We do actively condone that as long as it's soft fruit, nothing that'll hurt you. And you can also, if you want a T-shirt, Leeds in Crisis. Go on, Workington! Come on!
Men.
Leeds Men in Crisis, sorry. Leeds Men in Crisis. No, we'll see what happens. If they lose to Workington, Phil. Good luck to Leon Price. Thanks to Gary, thanks to Phil, thanks to Richard. We're only joking,
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Well, we might be. We'll see you next week.